Wow, very welcome to a new episode of the Energy Bridge with new equipment. Everything outside. This is now all transparent. This is our first time making an interview with two guests. And yeah, I feel like a kid using a new toy. It's super cool. How do you feel? How are you?
Yeah, I could tell that you were feeling like a kid.
Every one of us, I guess.
Yes.
Welcome, guys.
Yeah.
How
Thanks
do you
for the
feel?
invitation.
Have you been in an interview or?
No, for me, it's the first podcast. I did some interviews, obviously, for the startup and PR reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to be here. Happy to be here. First time with such an professional equipment, to be honest.
Amazing.
I'm excited. Happy to be here, as I said.
Amazing.
No. I went to the clap.
Go for it.
So, as one friend recommended us at the beginning of the interview, we're going to make a context of the episode. Today, we're going to talk about startups. Here we have two great exponents of the ecosystem in Austria. We have Sebastian Rieger, that you are making you're going to know what you are doing, because it's with circular economy and thermal energy, and I love it. And also we have Roman, I don't know how to pronounce well your last name, but is it Öfferlbauer?
Somehow like that, but
okay.
It's perfect.
Okay,
it's good
great.
enough.
You both are co-founders, and Roman is working with addressing one of the challenges of energy transition, which is when you have more energy that you need, so you can have negative prices. So how to use energy as benefit.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, amazing. So we
got paid by Roman for saying that.
For the mention.
The energy bridge definitely gets renewable energy as a benefit afterwards.
Oh wow, that could be.
Let's see
great.
about that.
The idea of this conversation is to know you. We also like the concept of people behind energy, and to talk about what it means to have to be co-founder of a startup, let's say. So I would like to start with Roman. I mean, afterward, or if you want to.
It's totally cool. No, I understand it. It's Roman.
I mean,
I would also start with Roman.
But actually both. But to start with Roman, what is? How did you get into energy field? What did you study? What have you been your study journey to get where you are now?
Good question. It actually started a little bit late. I started out in Graz studying physics in my bachelor's degree. And at the end, for my bachelor thesis, I started an internship at Verbund. You know Verbund?
Yeah, one of the biggest, right?
Yeah, exactly. One of the biggest energy providers in Austria. And I wrote my bachelor thesis in the energy field on hydrogen production and life cycle assessment of hydrogen. And after that, I thought maybe the energy field is better suited for me than the theoretical physics field. And then I changed to Vienna, where I started my master's program, which is called Physical Energy Engineering, still in the physics field, but with more focus and more electives in the energy field. That's how I got to TU Vienna. And there they also have an amazing entrepreneurship program. And that's how I could combine entrepreneurship and the energy field. Okay, it wasn't planned, cool. But...
So you are a spin-off from TU Wien?
It's not a spin-off. It's not a research spin-off, but it started from a student project out of a TU Wien extended study program.
You were at the I2C program?
Exactly.
Okay.
It's from the Innovation Incubation Center, the extended study on innovation, where you can apply with an idea and then try to found your startup over the course of 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work. But
why not? I mean, what were the lessons?
I met my two now co-founders there, and we all worked on different projects with different teams. And in the end, there were a couple of different reasons. The the team members went to pursue their PhD, or they wanted to work in the industry, or things like that. And so the three of us remained individually in each of our teams. And over the summer, we decided to start the project on our own, the three of us.
But that's amazing. I mean, maybe the project itself, it was not successful, but you could find the co-founders, which is
which is perfect. I mean, that's also part of the scope of this program, that you get to know motivated people from different domains in the technical university. And that worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Okay, so
technical challenges.
Yeah, technical challenges most often arise with technical people. Like
I think it was my fault. Sorry for that.
I should talk less and give you the floor.
No, it's okay.
No, so
when I have to listen to you, I just get.
Now that
but let's go with Sebastian. How was yours?
Quite similar, I would say. So I came to Vienna to study mechanical engineering. At the TU Wien, from the western part of Austria, close to the Swiss border. So it would take me 20 minutes by car to get into Switzerland. Didn't do that too often because it's quite beautiful where I am from. So I don't had to
How does it call?
Border. Vorarlberg.
Vorarlberg. Okay.
Yes. So there's a common joke amongst Austrians. Why is it called Vorarlberg, which means in front of this mountain, which is the Arlberg.
Okay.
And for the others, it seems like we are behind the mountain because...
depending where you... where you say.
From the
perspective.
Perspective, that's the word, thanks. But for us, it's obviously in front of the Arlberg, yes.
And you came here to Vienna?
Yes, I came here to study mechanical engineering, and I did that. And I had some work experience in the fields of consulting and finite element analysis as an engineer. And I later did some procurement projects in the public transportation sector, where I was responsible for procuring green or sustainable vehicles. So meaning hydrogen or electric energy vehicles, or battery electric vehicles, BEV, BV, sorry. And during the course of the same studies he did, so the extra curriculum in extended studies on innovation, I met my co-founders, and that's basically those different stations where I got in touch with energy efficiency and energy as a broad.
You both being in I2C, how much did it help you in a way?
So I would say it helped us a lot. It's basically the concept, the place where our ideas were conceived. It's a lovely program with lovely people, and it's not just that the people are so social and so great; they also know a lot. They have a huge knowledge base. They have a huge network of experts, which they can lend to you or give to you or recommend to you. And without them, I'm sure I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Could you extend on what exactly happened there? Like, how big is the program? What happens and all of that?
Sure. So it's 2 semester, 30 ECTS extra curriculum study. And you can do it besides your studies, so master study or bachelor study, or even besides your work, I think.
Or PhD as well.
And you get in touch with all. Basically, there's a single batch every year, and you get in touch with all these soon-to-be founders, and you first share your ideas and try to evolve new ideas, and then you decide upon an idea and try to build a team around that idea. And then you have basically 2 semesters where you have workshops and hands-on support from those experts I mentioned, and in the end you have this very big pitching competition.
The demo day, which is actually right now.
Which is right now in the
from this batch.
Oh,
Yes,
cool.
so it's happening right now.
When is it?
Right now, it started.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening right now at the
Yeah.
same time.
Okay.
And during the course of these 2 semesters, you grow together and you learn lots of skills you will need afterwards in your daily lives.
Okay.
In the entrepreneurial life as well, especially.
Especially there. Yeah.
Yeah, we are going to go deeper into the what it requires to be a co-founder. But maybe you can briefly explain to the community what is your mission as co-founders in your own companies. I mean, to mention the name and what's the problem that you are solving and what's the mission? Because we have heard these golden circles, which begins from the why, then how, then what. So what is the why? What is the mission of your startups?
This
sorry.
time we could have Sebastian speaking.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Should
Yeah, sure. Go on.
Yeah.
Okay.
you
Okay.
start.
I'm sorry for these technical voice problems. So our mission. So I'm CEO at Joulzen. We are developing or we are repurposing old heating oil tanks into affordable and efficient heat storages or thermal batteries. And our mission, if I had to break it down, would be that we want to use already existing infrastructure, which is otherwise being disposed of, and just make something better out of it, make something which can help the energy transition into a more sustainable and a greener future. So for us, this means we can build thermal batteries out of things that you usually would throw away.
Yeah, actually, when I heard about it, I was impressed because it mixed circular economy with energy transition.
Yeah.
And actually, there is a law that it's demanding all infrastructure to be retired in 10 years ahead, like in 2035. So you're addressing this point exactly?
Exactly, yes. So there's a regulation which states that fossil fueled energy systems have to be replaced in a foreseeable amount of time. As all these sustainable regulations, I would say they are currently a little bit more perceived to be flexible. Mm-hmm. So if the economy is not going well, they will, I think they will push it out a little bit later. But basically it says in the next 10 years, at least in Austria, you have to get rid of all the running oil heating systems or fossil fueled heating systems. And this is basically an accelerator for our cause.
Yeah,
our idea.
Would you say that this is from the policy side? So would you say that was incentive to start your startup?
Yes and no. So our team, I would say we can be very idealistic, and we live quite sustainable. But the idea was conceived in the cellar of my co-founder's mother-in-law, and she decided to exchange her oil heating system. Also with this regulation in mind that she has to change it eventually anyways. So she decided to go for a heat pump. And Flo, so this co-founder, he decided, or he asked himself, do we really have to pay lots of money to get rid of this big voluptuous steel container, or could we do something else with it? And that's how the idea of Joulzen was born. Could
you tell me, it's interesting for me to understand like how the houses look like. Like for maybe several decades, it was just like that. They needed the oil to be there to warm their home. Exactly.
So I think this particular oil heating system or the oil tank is over 30 years old. Mm-hmm. So it's a big steel cubic container which can hold up to 6,000 liters of oil. Yeah. And usually this household at least would use around 1,600 liters of oil per year to just heat the object or the building and the warm water. And this means you usually fill it up once every 3-4 years, and then you just store the oil in there. But I actually don't know why they built them that big, to be honest, because you could just get the oil like every second year or something. But that was their decision back then. And I think I know what you're planning or what you want to hear. So these tanks, they are that big that you couldn't just get them in after the house was built. So you had the tank and then you built the house around it.
Oh, so to take it out, it's quite job.
Yeah, okay. It's usually not possible. Just so you have to cut it where it stands, and that's quite laborsome and therefore very expensive.
And how old are those houses where this being built on average?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say so. There was a recent spike. I would say in the last 20 years ago, a spike in popularity of oil heating systems because of a gas crisis, if I remember correctly. But it was back like 40, 50 years, 60 years, it was the go-to heating system when you were living in remote areas. So these houses are usually 50, 60, 70 years old.
I just have one more question on that.
No, please.
How many houses are there in Austria which need to be changed going forward?
According to the data we know, there are at least 450,000 oil heating systems still up and running. Alone in Austria, and in the DACH region, so the German-speaking region in Europe, there would be around like a little bit over 5 million, and in the whole of Europe, there's something over 15 million. So there's hotspots in Germany, Austria, Belgium, Ireland, Albania, Spain, France. So that there are rather remote places that they have many of these oil heating systems.
And the change is to use this tank for a heat pump at the end, to electrify it.
So because the heat pump is so efficient with taking electric energy and turning it into thermal energy.
One
kilowatt hour of electricity could be
3 or 4.
2 to 5.
2 to 5.
It depends on the
in thermal energy.
Yes. So it's so efficient that we usually recommend it. But there are other green energy or heating systems which are also totally viable if you opt for them. But for us, for Joulzen, we say, especially if you have in mind that there's so much surplus solar electricity on the market, it just makes totally sense to go for a heat pump.
Amazing. So super.
We can move to Roman. He was anticipating for a while, so
no worries.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah,
about the mission and the problem that you are solving.
I mean, it's probably similar to Joulzen. We all want to manage the energy transition. And what our core goal in that sense is to combine the ecological effect of sustainability with an economical effect. So we want to make the energy transition economical. So that it doesn't, to raise awareness that it doesn't always have to be that you have to leave stuff out to be sustainable or to act sustainable, but that you can actually also get even a monetary benefit.
I mean, the definition of sustainability, it's environmental, economical, and social impact. Exactly. So you have to be a business. We are not be naive. It's
exactly. And that's our core goal, to put these three sustainable impacts together in one thing. And we want to do that by introducing renewable energy as a corporate benefit. So, for example, a company that has a huge PV panel on their rooftop and produces too much energy during the day or on weekends can share this excess energy with all of their employees and they decide on the price. So, for example, in Austria, a typical household would pay 15 to 25 cents per kilowatt hour of energy, and a typical PV panel that feeds into the grid would get 4 to 10 cents per kilowatt hour of electricity. And with what we do, they can put the price somewhere in the middle, so the company earns a little bit more and the employees save money. And with that, they can save a couple of €100 per year. And like this, we want to increase the awareness of the individual people, how a renewable energy system works, when PV electricity is there, like for example today when the sun shines, exactly. And when it is available cheap. And in that sense, I think it's also great that we are here together today, both because you're more on the hardware side. It needs the technology part to manage the energy transition, but it also needs the awareness part and the reaching the people part.
I want to understand, like, who are the people involved? If you could just define more, so a company can put that as a benefit for their employees, but how does the whole value chain works? Who are the people involved in terms of getting it to the grid or behind it? If you could just explain a bit more the process.
Yeah. So how it essentially works is via the legal or regulatory framework of an energy community. So the company is, for example, a company is the owner of a PV panel, and they produce renewable energy that supplies their own site directly there. And the excess energy that they don't need, they can feed it back to the grid. And they normally sell it to the energy provider for, let's say, 4 to 10 cents that I mentioned before. So that's what they normally do. And now with this concept, they can directly sell it to their employees over the public grid. They can use the public grid infrastructure that's already there and deliver the electricity. It's not physically delivered the line to exactly the employees, but on the spreadsheet, it's calculated like that.
Interesting. And how aware are people about this?
I mean, in the last couple of years, since 2020, 2021, there's been a real surge in the foundation of energy communities. Like, I think by now we are at 3,000 or something like that, or 4,000 in Austria. But still, especially in the urban areas, many people don't know about this possibility to save money and get energy from private producers.
Could you also just very briefly explain energy communities?
I mean, energy community is basically, let's say the four of us start an energy community. You have a household, or the mother-in-law of your co-founder at least.
I don't have her.
With a PV panel as well, I guess. Okay. And let's say they produce too much energy, so we get together, we found this energy community as a legal entity, and via this we can now register with the grid operators, so Wiener Netze and Niederösterreich, for example, and they do the metering for us, so they take the data on how much energy each of us consumes and at what time that happens. And when the production and the consumption happen at the same time, then the energy is transferred between us. So that's how it works. And then with this data, we can do the billing ourselves, or we as Sonnnig, with our company, provide this service for the energy community.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
So, but sorry, but it's not the same energy, right? It's always only on the balance sheet. So, or is it if those two houses are in the vicinity, if they are next to each other, you actually get the energy which is produced at that house, and you only have to pass this short distance with this energy.
Yes, essentially it's like that. I mean, the electricity always takes the shortest path between production and consumption. So if you're
lazy, they say.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're our neighbors, then you could even say that you get that electricity, but I mean, that's not how the electricity system works, but you could say it like that. But in the context of energy communities, you can think about it more like a a green electricity tariff. For example, we talked about Verbund before. You can buy a hydropower green tariff from Austria that comes either from the Danube River or from the Alps. But you can still use it here in Vienna. Because of the certificate system, you still get green electricity, but it's still only on the balance sheet because you don't know what the electricity is. If you live next to Spittelau, then you probably get
the biomass electricity.
Exactly. Yeah, I just want to add, because you were in our first TEB forum last May, and you presented there, and you mentioned another benefit, which is for companies to retain talent, because statistics says that more and more people want to be part in a responsible company. Exactly. So could you go a bit deeper on this point, please?
Sure. I mean, maybe let's start a little bit before that. In the beginning, we started with an energy community in my hometown. That was 2 years ago. And then we found out that this concept could be more than just sharing the energy between households and saving some money and raising awareness. And we thought about so many companies have this excess energy on their weekends and they get little to no money for it, or even have to pay if they feed in on the spot market. And we can do better stuff with already existing energy that is already there, and create an additional benefit that you mentioned for the companies, because especially the young generation wants to work for a sustainable employer. And like this, we could, or companies can integrate a new form of a corporate benefit that doesn't exist until now, and can really save them money, because it is known that those benefits where the employees really get more money at the end of the month or save money somewhere are the most attractive.
Yeah, sure.
And we found out about different studies that say that, for example, 33% of young people refuse job offers if they can't identify with the goals of the company. There was a study in the UK. And I mean, that's a pretty clear statement.
In current job market?
In the current job market, yeah.
Wow.
And also another Austrian study from Willhaben. You might know that marketplace. It's also for jobs.
Yeah, Mercado Libre for Latin America. Or Amazon, right? Or
yes.
With use
or
stuff.
eBay. Yeah, probably like that. And they found out that 75% of employees want to work for a sustainable employer. And this is one part in how we can increase that for the company side. And like this, create an additional benefit, not only on the employee side with saving money, and on the employer side that they get more money, but also with by increasing the employee retention of the companies, with existing employees, attracting new talent, and branding as a sustainable employer to the outside.
Yeah.
Might I ask another question? You said 75% of all employees want to be employed by a sustainable company. Is it only if the salary is the same, or would they be willing to lay off a little bit of salary to get this sustainability aspect?
That's a very good question. I mean, the most important thing is, I guess, always the money for employment, or at least it has to fit, and then the benefits come, because that's why they are benefits and not the main compensation for your work. So if you would have to let go of 50% of your wage every month, then this benefit probably wouldn't make a difference. But if it's in addition compared to comparable jobs, then it might make a difference.
Yeah, so there we have Sonnnig as energy as a benefit for company and for employees. So amazing.
Hey guys, just going back a bit, tell us about your company structure. You both are CEOs of your company?
Yes.
And who are the other key people? What are their roles? And if you could tell us about more.
So
I think you just had lots of time talking, so it's my time.
You had enough time asking questions. So.
Yeah, sorry, it's such an interesting topic. I had to. Yes, so I'm the CEO, meaning I have to do lots of, I would say,
you have to do the podcasts.
I have to do the podcast.
Yeah, new talent to host.
I wouldn't say I have to tell it to host. You guys are doing that great. It's awesome. I have this job to do everything else which the others don't want to do, and it's not just that. I also love to do it. So I'm also responsible for, I would call it stakeholder management. I have to do a little bit of marketing, a little bit of HR and everything and combine it. I loved this multidisciplinary approach to this whole thing. I like it a lot. And the others, obviously we have a CTO. It's Flo, the guy who had the idea first and saw the first oil tank, and he's doing all the hands-on stuff. Not all the hands-on stuff, but he.
God bless her mother-in-law.
Yes. hey, it's working, so she's happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a very good product developer. He's very good in manual labor, and he just has all the skills and the interests to just go at it and make it happen. Then we have Christoph. He is I would call him researcher. He's doing a PhD in control systems. And that's basically what we also have to develop for our product. And that's also what he's doing for us. Then we have Stefan. He's a mathematician. And he will be responsible for everything technical regarding the software product or software side of our product. And then we have, those are the co-founders. Then we have our brilliant employees, which are Pauxi, the product development, Laurenz, also product development. We have Vicky, which is our genius software developer. And I'm missing someone. Wait. No, that's it.
Why are you looking at him?
Yeah, because he knows.
Because we are in the same office and I know all the people as well.
Okay. How many people then?
We're 8 people, and I forgot Andreas. I'm sorry, Andreas, if you're watching this. So he studied informatics, and he's very handy with electronics. So he's responsible for the circuit laying and the programming of the SPS systems.
Okay, great. And Roman?
Yeah, we are one person less in the team. We are 7 people right now. We are 3 co-founders, Lucas, Jonathan, and me. Jonathan is our tech guy. He studied technical informatics and has a lot of experience in software development and app development. So he's responsible for that part, also leading the tech team, consisting of 2 more people now. And Lucas is a mechanical engineer by training, but he's responsible in our team for marketing, public relations, and that kind of stuff. And I'm responsible for project management, as you said it nicely, stakeholder management.
All the paperwork.
Yes.
I mean, I have to say Lucas does a lot of the paperwork, which is great. He does that very good.
By the way, just a small shout out for Lucas.
Yeah.
Brilliant work with presentations always.
You've already seen them. I know.
I've seen that.
He's also known in our team as the slide magician. So he really does a good job without AI. I mean, a little bit with AI, but
I mean, he's a co-worker now, right?
Employee of the month, every month.
Additional team member.
Yeah, and maybe now we can go through the personal skills or characteristics that one co-founder or entrepreneur have to have. What do you think that are characteristics to be entrepreneur?
Especially in Austria.
Oh.
I think, for the team dynamics, one of the most important traits definitely is to be able to be a good communicator. That doesn't mean that you always are on the same page, but it means that you agree to disagree.
Okay.
So that you have different viewpoints on different topics, because only if everybody has the same viewpoint on the same topic, you can't innovate. You can't be innovative. So I think that's one very important trait. The second one is also you have to be, maybe you can call it resilient, especially in the beginning. You guys probably know that as well. You just start with something, then it's bullshit. Then you throw it away. Then you start with something new. You probably don't have money from the very beginning, or at least not a lot of it. Because you said in the Austrian context, here we have a very good support system in place with public grants and research grants that helps young entrepreneurs a lot. I think both of us have had that. Would you add anything to that?
At that point, shout out to Austria Wirtschaftsservice, Vienna Business Agency, FFG. Thank you for the support. Wait.
Thank you.
It needs to be turned off now. You got more money, right? So it could have gone for longer.
Yes. They need to send more than me. Then they get more shout outs and more clapping. Yes, so I can second that, what Roman just said. The social aspect is very important, because you always have to communicate with everybody, and it's just so amazing how much help and support you get if you just communicate with the people. It's amazing, and it's one thing of the ESI program and incubator which I really what's the word I'm looking for? I really appreciate. I really value. It's unbelievable how much support we already got through them. And they will not stop supporting us.
Yeah, but this is from the external support. I want to go in the personal level. What do you think that is your characteristic that can help?
Yeah. So I just wanted to make a point. You have to be to be social. Sorry, I was drawn away.
Talking too much again. CEO responsibilities.
That's
good communication.
CEO melodies. That's the word. I also think you have to be disciplined, so that helps a lot, and it's a very easy trait to achieve. You just have to get some routine in the stuff you're doing, and then you basically get disciplined. And then if you're disciplined, you can get over the harshest and most stupendous stuff and work you have to do, not with ease, but you manage. And a big part for me at least is you have to keep it cool and have fun at what you're doing.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention as well. Yes. You have to have fun, and I think that works very good in the office, especially.
Yes, and it's always easier to have fun if you're social and if you have the environment to with for example these guys in the office. It's easy to have fun.
Are you sharing office or?
Yes, we are both in the I2C.
Okay.
In the Innovation Incubation Center of the TU Vienna.
Okay.
It's a co-working space, and we're both in there. So we have to see each other every day.
But we built up a small wall so that we also get work done, and not only.
But it's good to have someone to share experiences.
But you both have 7 or 8 people in your team, so they give you like 7 places to sit and all of that.
No, we don't have 7 fixed places. We have 3 actually.
Okay.
But we have a good home office policy, and not everybody's full time right now. One person, Yvonne, is working remotely in Germany, so we don't always need these 7 places. We have one office day per week, and the other days there several people are in the home office.
So we actually only have 2 fixed desks, but 1 employee more. It still works out because
you have a cellar.
Yeah, we have. We're not allowed to talk about the cellar. It's private stuff in Austria. We have the flexible desk, which is nice, and we also have one day in the office actually planned, or it's compulsory. Okay, sorry.
that was for the cellar joke.
But for us, actually, everybody just comes to the office because it's such fun.
So now that we are speaking about teams, nowadays, how do you deal with the strategies to get talents in your team? How do you hire people? Where do you get it from?
I mean, first of all, we always try to get it through the network. Also, as Sebi mentioned right before, the I2C is really supportive, and they have a large network of experts in different fields, especially of engineers from the technical university, from different engineering fields. So we always try to get the talents that we need from there first. And
you go to I2C.
We go to I2C. We say, hey, we are looking for this and that position. We want to fill that and that gap. And then they post it in their channels. There's also a large group of people, of previous AC students like we are.
Yeah.
And also researchers that have participated in workshops from the I2C or tried their own spin-off or are working on their own spin-offs. And in the very Austrian way, everybody knows someone who can.
Okay, friend of a friend, or
friends of friends, and
or a call inside the uni.
Exactly.
Freundelwirtschaft, we call it.
How
Freundelwirtschaft. It means like basically the friend of a friend.
The Austrian way.
The Austrian way, yeah. The Austrian way of job market.
Okay, and in your case?
Freundelwirtschaft. Basically, we got everybody out of the network we already built, meaning at least most of the team worked together already in a different company or different setting, and it's just so much easier and faster. But also, I think there can be some disadvantages, and it can be dangerous. But if you have, if you're looking for a position and you have this perfect person in mind, and you know this person, and it's just a fit, and then you have to go for it. And that's what happened with us so far. So we were quite lucky with that.
Okay, cool. And have you experienced this? There is a term in the energy sector that not all the companies are finding the right employees, because now it's like a new skills to address energy transition. Have you experienced that?
I mean, we are both small startups at the very beginning, so this challenge might come later, but until now we haven't experienced it. And maybe I want to add something to the previous question. So the one thing is the network that we get people from, and the other thing is, for example, Yvonne from Germany now. We just posted it on LinkedIn and also spread the word through different channels that support us. And we got really high-level applications of people in the energy field, senior people that are still working in a different job, but are looking for a different experience, or maybe work in a startup that has maybe some disadvantages, but also a lot of advantages.
Yeah, you learn a lot.
yeah. And we really got some high-level applications and people that said they want to work in the energy transition. They want to do something that makes sense for them as well, and they are also willing to do it for less salary than they have now, because
because you're starting.
Yeah, it's
But it's the promise of the growing with you, and then that's like the idea, right?
Yeah, sure.
Like they can join from the beginning, so afterwards,
yeah,
it's better.
They can join from the beginning. They can grow with the team, with the mission, and they have it in their own hands. They can carve the path.
And how long it's been for you guys since you started your company?
We officially founded the company in October last year, October 2024, and we worked on the idea and already some first funding projects 1 year previous to that.
Okay.
So we did the ASI program, then we got into the incubator and the TV and incubator for 1 year, and then we founded the company.
So our idea came up in March 2024, and we got the first Austria Wirtschaftsservice grant in October 2024, and we're currently in the process of founding the company. So we're not yet incorporated, but in the next 2 to 3 weeks, it will be done. And
I've heard that since 2 months.
I'm repeating that line for the last 3 months. But because you talked about how is it in Austria? Well, there's a lot of bureaucracy.
Tell me about it.
Yes.
Yeah. So to found your companies, are you going straight away for shares like FlexCo or GmbH or how does it work?
So in our case, we're going for the FlexCo. Yes.
We also incorporated as a FlexCo.
Yeah, this is only for the community because this is a new concept in Austria from last year that we came across with this kind of company, which is a flexible company, and it's special for startups because it's lighter, let's say, and it has shares. So it allows to have investors or external shareholders. It's
It allows you to introduce more different kinds of share classes more easily.
Do you think that was necessary in the ecosystem, or it was enough with the GmbH?
To be honest, I think or what I heard, I haven't experienced it myself because it's my first company that I founded. But what I heard is that lots of stuff has already been implemented in the GmbH framework as well. But the FlexCo now takes lots of this knowledge and introduces it in a new form.
Okay.
So it's easier and it's more flexible.
So FlexCo.
Yeah.
And what I heard is it's also the new vehicle for the modern companies. So it will be adapted more frequently. So the newer stuff you will get through the FlexCo.
Yeah. Hey, so just one question out of curiosity, so when you start something, people don't have a role and then you evolve into a role, but still not having a company structure, and you already have about 8 people working for you, and you already got some grants as well. How did it go between the team that, this is going to be the role for this person, and how do you define that? And how did it go between the team when you don't have a structure already from the beginning and you're working on it almost for a year and a half? And now you will be forming a company. So is it a tussle between people, or it just goes organically?
It's actually, so far it was quite organic. In the beginning, especially for the founders, there was some respecking during the process. Sometimes you just realize this kind of work is not the right fit for me. I just rather do a little bit more of that, and that's also cool if you just if you talk about it in the team, and then you can what's the word?
Yeah, you can shift the responsibilities, especially in the beginning.
Yes,
in a small team.
But for the employees, we usually have some sort of idea what they will have to do, but they're still open. They're still open to just take their ideas and maybe evolve their role.
Okay.
And something I just recently read a lot about self-organizing organization structures. Self-organizing, yeah.
How does it work?
Well, that's a very it's a deep topic. It means you basically give the role itself all the power which it needs to fulfill everything the role has to do. There's
or
not
freedom or
it means if you're someone in a workshop and you have to drill holes into a metal part every day, then you basically you get the power to get all the tools and just buy them, not ask someone if you have the budget, but you buy the tools, you buy the metal, the workpiece, and you just do your job. And yeah, that's basically the self-organizing part. And
what is it called? Just to
what it's called, there's different approaches, but the umbrella term would be self-organizing organizations. There's holacracy as one bigger, like a more famous one. There's a book about it as well. I don't want to go deep into it.
It's
and it's
topic.
something, yes, but it's something which we want to look into in the future and take away power from the higher officials, get rid of CEO, CTO and everything, and build roles which are closed in itself, but still are part of a bigger thing.
Yeah, well, we have talked about flexibility in FlexCo, and now inside the organization and energy transition have to be flexible. So we are all in the same page. Maybe now to know how do you see in the long term? You're like now thinking in the future. How do you see your companies in the long term? Like plans of expansion, or which countries are you seeing as potential?
You want to start again?
No.
No, go ahead.
You go.
Perfect. I mean, as we are now very focused on the topic of energy communities as a tool for our solution, the possible market is the EU, Europe, because here the regulatory framework is already in place, and especially Austria, because it's the country with the best regulation and the most energy communities in Europe with it. So right now we are looking to get product market fit in Austria, and then eventually expand to the rest of the EU countries that have the regulation already into place.
Who are integrated to the energy
communities.
Framework.
Exactly.
Do you, which other countries have good regulatory framework for energy community?
There are some countries with better frameworks and some countries with less good frameworks. For example, Germany is working on a framework now, but there they have the problem that they don't have the metering system. They don't have smart meters like in Austria. We have, I think, 99% of metering stations are smart meters. In Germany, it's probably the 1% that's left here. It's a little bit more, but yeah.
But didn't they just pass this bill that everybody has to get a smart meter? I think in 2025, if I'm not mistaken.
To be honest, I don't know. But in 2025 sounds very ambitious. So
No, it was passed, if I'm not mistaken, but the 1st of January in 2025, and the homes are obliged to get smart meters, or I don't know which part, who has to deliver all these smart meters and who has to pay for it. I think the energy providers.
Who pays for that?
Grid operators probably.
I think so, but I'm quite sure there's something on the way, at least.
Yeah.
Or in execution already.
Yeah, there's something in execution since a long time, and it has been talked about for a very long time, but not so much has happened. But in Austria, it has worked really well. So here they've done a good job. And then there's also Portugal, where energy communities are already getting more and more prominent. Spain, because they have lots of solar power. Benelux, I heard of. Italy has a little bit of a different concept. The Czech Republic, so it's starting to pop up everywhere. lots of countries are looking towards the Austrian system.
What goes into, apart from smart meter, for having a robust energy community system?
Also the regulation on the geographical, how near the participants can be. Because in Austria, it depends on the grid level that you are at. And if you are on all of them on the highest grid level, then you get also a benefit on the grid fee. So you pay less grid fee for that. And in Italy, for example, that's a little bit different. There, everything is operated by the grid operator, and they have the power over it. So, apart from the measurement equipment, that's the most important, because only with that you can measure if production and consumption is at the same time, and if energy can be shared between these participants.
Yeah, just to know the role of Austria in the region, like CEE region. Do you think that the other countries see Vienna as a role to be copied, or how do you see it?
Yeah, I think so, because here it works since 4 years, and in some other countries it's just starting, and it's been a real success here. Also, of course, because of public funding, which is good to get something started off. But
the
now,
first push.
Yeah, the first push. And now funding is, it's still good to have funding, but it's not so necessary anymore, because it's working on its own anyway, and there's enough experience. And other countries can definitely learn something from the implementation here.
Good. And you, Sebastian, how do you see the future in long term?
How do I see the future?
And expansion.
Through a glass.
Cloudy.
Through an oil tank.
So I think I first have to do a little pitch about our business model, so I can answer that question. So we have...
Yeah, no, just go ahead.
Okay.
We'll let you.
I'm not doing the whole pitch, whole 50 minutes, no.
No, pitch have to be 2 minutes, no?
Yeah, but I'm not doing this, just the business model. So we're not only doing the hardware component, but we also have the software, which is basically optimizing the consumption of the object, meaning Chris is developing this modern predictive control system, which according to research can increase heating system efficiency by up to 60% compared to state-of-the-art regular control systems. And when installed at scale, so when our system is installed, this consumption optimization is already in place. And when installed at scale, we will take all these decentralized systems in homes and buildings and companies and aggregate them together into a bigger entity to offer flexibility on the energy market. So that's our vision. Meaning if the grid has too much surplus power, we can offer this flexibility to the TSO. Now I know the abbreviation, but I don't know what it's standing for.
Transmission System Operator.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And we get money for that, and the customers will get free energy and some sort of share of the profit.
So you are going into the demand response also.
Yes.
Good. Super necessary.
Yes, and. First, we obviously have the go-to-market in Austria, and since the German-speaking region is culturally similar, very similar, obviously we will expand to Germany and Switzerland, as they also have a high concentration on oil heating systems in Europe. And afterwards, as Roman said, the European Union or Europe itself it's a very interesting market for us.
I have a question about why from Austria most of the traffic goes towards the dark region and not towards the Eastern European side, more towards the Hungary or the Czech Republic side. But I will keep my mouth shut for that. I'll ask you later when we delve a bit deeper into that topic. But you already got into the problem side of your solution. Tell us a bit more deep. What is the problem that is existing in the market, and how you come across that? Okay, let's solve this, and how big is the challenge?
Should I start? Okay. Yes. Renewable energy is great, but there's a slight downside. It more often than not peaks when we need it actually least. So if you have a PV system, you produce most green electricity at midday, but usually you need the energy in the mornings and evenings. So this mismatch is really bad actually, because the power grid gets overloaded. For example, in Germany in 2023, 10.5 billion kilowatt hours of renewable energy had to be curtailed and was lost just because it couldn't be used or stored when it was produced. At the same time, regulations lead people to get rid of their oil heating systems or fossil fuel system, and these include these large containers which are used to store this fuel. And for us, this is a resource which should be used, which can be used as a energy storage. And if you want to, if you hear energy storage, you usually think of batteries, right? But batteries are expensive, very expensive. Per kilowatt hour, it costs more than like 20 to 100 times more than what we are actually trying to offer. And they harm the environment. And more often, like always, the technology comes from overseas. So there's a dependency from, geopolitical dependency, you know.
Everywhere is importing at the end. Here in Europe, you are only importing equipment.
Yes, exactly. And that's not great, right? So if we combine all these problems together and keep in mind that the vast majority of energy in households is actually used for heating and warm water, so I think up to 86% at least in the Central European or Northern European regions, then why would we get so expensive batteries and not just store heat, which makes perfectly sense. So that's what we're trying to solve with one of like the 6,000 liter tank I mentioned before. You can store over 300 kilowatt hours of energy.
For how long?
For how long? It depends, you know. Our simulations and calculations showed that usually you wouldn't store it more than between 24 and 72 hours. So there's not a lot of heat losses because of this short period of time window. But try to get 300 kilowatt hours of electric battery in your home. Well, you won't afford it. It's just just too expensive.
And then to use the direct use from this.
Yes. So you take the surplus energy from the grid and transform it into thermal energy, and this you will use in your own home, or you can use it in a local
district heating.
Yes, exactly. So
or
if you have
in a local energy community.
Wow.
So that's it's a good fit.
Here.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. And you? What do you think?
It's actually the same problem. There is so much renewable energy that is there when people at exactly that location don't, or companies, or essentially producers of energy don't necessarily need it. But at other locations, it might be needed. For example, one company that we work with right now, lots of their employees work in home office all over Austria, and they need energy during the day. So they just provide with their PV panel that produces too much anyway on a sunny day, the energy for the employees in their home office, which is great, which is a great benefit. Yeah. So it's similar, but less technical.
Yeah.
Hardware few.
Yeah, I would like to highlight the role of innovation in energy transition. How important you think it is? The startups in this huge challenge, and it's technologically updated every year. How do you think crucial is?
I think it's very crucial because the energy sector is one of the most important sectors there is, because everybody needs energy every time, all the time. And it's also a very old sector where there are lots of structures that have been in place for, I don't know, for decades.
And a way of working also.
Yes, and a way of working, and not everything is public. So, or not everything is private. There are also a lot of public involvement in that, which also makes, which is very important for this sector because it's needed by everyone, but which also makes lots of processes slower and less innovative. And that's why I think new ideas, new startups, and new ways into the market are very important in that sense.
New energy in the market.
New energy, exactly.
And you, Sebastian, what do you think?
Well, yes, I second what Roman just said. I think old structures which are already sit in like an old cushion usually don't see the need or don't feel like innovation and to change anything. So you always need this spark from outside, usually, which
out of the box.
Out of the box, yeah, which just gets people out of the routine to just look outside of the box. To mention the box again.
Why Daniel wanted to ask this question is that so innovation is important, and you also explained about the problem that you're tackling. There has to be more innovation tackling the same problem in a different manner. So what are the existing solutions which are already tackling the solution? Do you know any of those companies that are already tackling the same problem, but maybe in a different manner, or maybe they could be your competitor?
So yeah, our main competitor are batteries, I would say. And I don't know how many battery articles I get a day during summer break when nothing else is in the news. Yes. So magical batteries are seemingly invented every week, and I love reading about that. I'm very much looking forward to having this problem solved. But until this is really happening, there has to be some transition technology, and not every household or not every building needs a big battery. So yes, there are other inventions, there are other things which you could do. For example, no, I don't want to mention this. I don't want to do some.
But going to data, it's the all energy that we are using, 23% is electrical, the rest is thermal. So you are addressing most of the problem, kind of.
Yes, but you could also turn electrical energy into thermal energy, right? So
okay. By the way, guys, one interesting fact, like you would not know how it feels like when you have a dead power cut. I grew up in Delhi, and there used to be big power cuts, and every household had, we would call it inverter. So for let's say 3 or 4 hours, there's a power cut, and in between those 3 or 4 hours, we will have the inverter. We'll turn it on, and that's our power backup. So every household has batteries back then. I mean, I think the situation has changed. The people have started getting 24-hour power. But they still, I will say, most of the house, they will still have some power backup. I don't know what they're doing with it now, but there has to be someone thinking about that problem too.
Which source is this power backup? Is it oil or gas? Or
just like a
battery pack?
Yeah, lithium battery. Okay, yeah. Or maybe sometimes also lead battery. I mean, it's poisonous, but yeah, it was the one.
Lead acid.
Lead acid, yeah.
Yes. So in this, just to be closing, how do you see in the future which new challenges can address new startups in energy sector? Some ideas for the community.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's currently a really hot topic because it's very relevant with more and more renewables, and that's what's popping up all over the EU. Everybody wants more renewables, is the flexibility topic. it already exists for the large players, but for smaller players like households with oil tanks or now water heat systems, it's not accessible, and there's a lot of money to be made in that sector because it's a huge market. So I think that's one very important aspect. And then, of course, all the research and development that currently runs into storage systems, especially batteries or alternative kinds of storage, like gravity storage or something. This might also be a really good topic to go into.
Okay. And you, Sebastian, what do you
energy production, generation, like nuclear fission is still a topic, right?
Wow. Yeah, nuclear in the table again last month.
But I think if that gets market ready, I think, what did they say, 2050? Yes, I think will be a better place.
By then you've hopefully sold all the old oil tanks already.
Let's see. Other than that, it's a very hard question, to be honest. And I think I'm lacking the vision.
Okay, but maybe you can give an advice for new entrepreneurs who want to start in this energy sector.
In the energy sector, well, you need lots of energy. You need good friends and colleagues. You need to get yourself acquainted with regulations, regulatories, and bureaucracy. There's lots of it, and Europe.
So patient.
Yeah, patience. And Europe, every little country has its own regulations. It's I think very hard, right, woman? Yeah. And never forget the most important part: have fun.
Good one. Yeah, always laugh. Yeah.
Live, life, love. What is it? Live, love, life. You know this? Sorry.
Yeah.
This is like this meme of bad motivational posters, and live, love, life is. No, I always get it wrong.
Okay, maybe we can add it in the video afterwards.
Please,
okay.
You should have stopped at have fun.
Yeah. Ruined it. Yes.
And you, Roman, which advice?
Yeah, get the right people around you that you can really do that with, and fall in love with the problem, not the solution.
Oh, good one.
That's good.
Good. Actually, okay, one extra question. What moves you in your startups more than the benefit at the end, but internally? What is your own motivation to do what you do?
What we always said in our founding team, we want to do something that makes sense. So previously, maybe in the AC program, we worked on 3 different ideas. I was already in energy. Second one was in with social impact for people with disabilities, and the third one was in circular economy stuff. So we all wanted to do something that matters in our sense to make the world a better place. So that's the one thing, and the second one is we just want to be live self-sustained and do what makes fun for us in the team.
Amazing.
So.
You, Sebastian.
Yes, very good points. I always have this intrinsic need to do something which advances the community. So community-centered, I think it just is basically is the same what you said. It's so much easier to see sense in something which is not centered on yourself, but on everybody around you.
The common good?
Yes, the common good. And for myself, I really, really love to just experience new stuff, hear new stuff, get in touch with new people, and just learn. And I think a startup is a place where
Never
you will
ends.
do that every day.
Learning never ends.
Yes, learning never ends, and it never stops giving.
Wow, amazing. So, yeah, very. We're very grateful, guys, for having you here today. I don't know, Rahul,
to you.
if you want to add something.
Yeah, I mean, there are many other questions that we had on the paper that I think we will have to sit down again. I think now that we know Sebastian and he's a cool guy and think of you, he can come to our office more often.
He likes to talk more. So.
But thank you very much, guys, for coming here. I think what you guys are doing, I mean, we know you're doing cool, but also Sebastian, it's a very unique problem that you're solving. I mean, as I said again, God bless the mother-in-law of your founder.
She's still living.
I mean, God is still going to bless her, right? Like also when you're living, it can bless you. But do you guys want to add something to the community? What other pressing maybe stuff that you're working on, and how people can look into your work, and maybe something about your demos or
Your social media.
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned it in the last words, it's all about the community with you, with us, with Sonnnig, with energy communities, and also with the Energy Bridge to build a community in the energy sector. So you can find us under Sonnnig on Instagram, on LinkedIn, on our website, Sonnnig with triple N, SONNNIG.
Yeah, actually, why 3 N's?
Because
okay, because it's cooler.
No, because we have the triple benefit for the employees, for the companies, and for the environment.
Wow. And sustainable, like economical, social, and environmental.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Magical number. Cool. Cool. And
Okay,
and you can find them under. No, you can say it first.
in that case, I also do a shout out. We're on LinkedIn under Joulzen. Good luck finding us. It's hard to understand. I mean, it's
now it will be below in the video. Anyway.
Okay. Oh, okay. Then
It's
press here. Oh yeah,
it's
yeah. Oh yeah, that's good.
You're branded.
I'm branded.
But
I forgot
to go.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Joulzen. And what other shout out? I forgot right now. But
Marketing will kill you.
wait.
They don't have marketing department.
I'm the marketing manager. Oh my God.
Department and product.
I have to have a serious conversation with myself after this. Wait, no, there was something
There was
else.
one funny story where they wanted to steal our marketing employee for them.
No.
Yeah,
We're not poaching. We're not poaching.
But that's for the next episode.
Oh, good.
Other than that, there was something, but I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Okay, we can leave it in the description.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we're going to help you. Our marketing team will help you.
I need it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the.
Yes. Sorry. Before you close, thank you for having us. It was a delight. My first podcast, and I don't know if any other podcast will be as good as this one afterwards.
Yeah. You never forget the first time, you know.
Yeah.
No, we had a lot of fun as well with all this setup, and of course you guys.
Cool. And as we told you, this is the first time using this setup. So actually, this is the setup or the podcast that you can see.
This is the podcast couch.
Yeah.
This is a podcast couch, yeah.
The studio. So now we are here in the table. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thank you very much for coming again.
Thanks as well.
See you around for sure. Of course, invited for the second TEB forum on September at Tubin. We're going to address the 4 Ds in energy transition. So yeah, thank you for everybody to see so far the whole interview. And yeah, keep tuned for next episodes.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.